Baba Jan's seat under the neem tree was just a few streets away from Mervin's home. Often she would see him pass by, but she waited years before she embraced him. People would see her weeping, and then they inquired why she would reply, "I weep out of love for my son." This statement was astonishing because it was inconceivable for the old fakir to have given birth to a child. Age will soon witness their reunion. One terribly scorching day in May 1913, as Mervyn was riding his bicycle on his way to Deccan College, something extraordinary happened which caused everything to change for this 19-year-old youth. He noticed a large crowd gathered on Malcolm Tank Road near Chabodi. The crowd was surrounding the old woman Hazrat Baba Jan, who was seated under her neem tree as usual. Mervyn had passed this woman many times but had never paid much attention to her, although he was aware that Baba Jan was regarded as a saint by the local Mohammedan community. As Mervyn rode by that day, he happened to glance at Baba Jan, who at that very moment looked directly at him and with a nod of her head beckoned him to her. As a polite and courteous young gentleman, Mervyn could not disregard her. He got off his bicycle and walked over to her. Their eyes met and Mervyn could sense that the old woman was extremely happy to see him, been eagerly awaiting him, and as Mervyn approached her, he felt as if he were being drawn to her magnetically. Baba Jan had stood up with her arms spread wide. The old woman embraced Mervyn with the fervor of a mother finding her long-lost child. Tears streamed down her wrinkled cheeks as she repeated, "Mera pyara beta. Mera pyara beta, my beloved son." Mervyn was speechless and stood as motionless as a statue in front of the ancient woman. From the moment of her embrace, he felt as if an electric current was passing through his body, sending impulses from his head to his toes. What he then experienced is indescribable. His individual consciousness was merging with the ocean of bliss. One night during January 1914, as Mervyn was about to leave Baba Jan's company, he reverentially kissed his master's hand. Baba Jan held Mervyn's face in her hands and looked deeply into his large brown eyes with an expression of the profoundest love. The time had come. With her divine authority, she kissed him on the forehead. Turning to her followers nearby, Baba Jan pointed at Mervyn and declared, "My beloved son will one day shake the world and all of humanity will be benefited by him." Mervyn just stood there, for as soon as Baba Jan had kissed him, he became insensible. Mechanically, he began to retrace his steps back home. His dazed mind had no conception of his surroundings. His body was moving, but he was unaware of what he was doing or where he was going. In this state of near oblivion, he reached home about 11 o'clock and went straight to his room and lay on his bed. The lifting of the veil had occurred through an extraordinary divine experience. Within 10 minutes of lying down, Mervyn again felt the same feeling he had experienced after Baba Jan's embrace in May, but now it was intensified 1,000-fold. Flooded with light, he felt as if millions of watts of electric current were speeding through his body, dissolving his flesh and bones. He had no body. His being now consisted of electricity. His body had transmuted into light. The veil that the 5 perfect masters had drawn over Mervyn had been torn away by Baba Jan's kiss. Mervyn was gone. He found himself being drowned and absorbed by the infinitude of God. He was given the infinite consciousness of being God, but in turn he lost his awareness of time and space, of his body and mind, and of the world and the gross plane. He had only the conscious continual experience of "I am God. I am God. I am God." Nothing else existed for him. After Baba Jan visited Baba at Meherabad on April 1st, 1928, Baba explained at length about Baba Jan, concluding with an extraordinary remark. Today is the most eventful and significant day of my life. The next day, Baba went to Pune by car with the Mondali to pay a return visit to Baba Jan, who was seated with a crowd in Ban Garden. Some human beings are God realized at a young age, or at a mature age, or at a very old age. Hazrat Baba Jan was in her 70s and lived to be 141.